and welcome to our look through our new Subject Leader Journal from the Positive Teacher Company. Our Subject Leader Journal has been designed in conjunction with experienced school leaders, is A4 and comes in 11 different designs. We've split our Subject Leader Journal into 6 terms so it's easy to reflect on monitoring that's been done previously and plan for the terms ahead. The Subject Leader Journal also starts with a contents page, and each page is numbered within the journal so it's easy to get to the page that you need. The journal starts with an undated calendar. There's 12 of these within the journal, so it means you can start it in any academic year at any point in the academic year. We then move into a long-term action plan. This goes across 2 double pages, so there's plenty of space to write down your actions for the year as a subject leader or head of year. The action plan starts with a column for intent, so you can identify your objective and what you want to achieve in your subject area or your year group. We then move into implementation, so you can identify which actions need to be taken to achieve the objective. We then move into the impact achieving the objective will have, and then also identifying the timescale the objective needs to be completed by. On the opposite page, there's room to itemise the budget, staffing and resources that are needed to complete the objective. And then finally, we have a column to evaluate your objective when it's completed. How successful was it and what was its impact? Before we move into the termly sections, there's a subject showcase. This is where you can show off the presence of the subject in your school, add some work samples or pupil quotes or even photos to show the subject's success, its enjoyment and impact. We then move into the termly sections. Each section in the term sections has the same content, starting with a place to note down your subject leader time and your actions during this time. There's then a short-term action plan following the same layout as the long-term action plan. So this is where you would take some of the long-term actions from your long-term action plan and split them down into smaller, more manageable steps for your short-term action plan. We then move into subject leader monitoring. There's space at the top to record 3 focus areas that you want to concentrate on this half term, and then underneath space to record what you've seen in your subject in different year groups. So space to record the work sample, what year group, what's going well and what needs to be developed, as well as some note space at the bottom. We then have a similar layout for our learning walk log. Again, there's 3 focus areas to identify what you would like to see, and then space to write down your location of what you've seen, the observations you made, what was going well and what could be developed, and again with some note space at the bottom. Each term we've also added some space for pupil voice records, so you can record the discussions you have as a subject leader with pupils across school. We end each term with evaluation and planning. We started this with some reflective questions before moving into looking at assessment data. On the opposite page, there's room to reflect on your short-term action plan, an evaluation of its implementation and impact, and then finally an evaluation of the impact on the school improvement plan. The final page of each term is a mind map, so you can jot down your ideas for the term ahead. The final section of the journal is an organisational tool section. We've included space to record ideas you've had when working with a cluster or other schools in your area, and also space to record any key contacts. We've also included some templates for moderation if you're working with other schools to look at samples of work. There's also a timetable so you can record when your subject is being taught across school. There's a long-term overview so you can see what's happening in your subject for each term during the school year. There's then a record of CPD. We've got 2 types of CPD recording in this journal. We've got recording of the CPD that you've attended and also the CPD that you've provided to other staff. Finally, at the end of the journal, we have some records grids with spaces for 35 children per grid, and then going into some notes pages.